The problem is not with booking the gain or taking the profit. The problem is that when you buy something for 1000 rupees and sell it for 1500, you get 1500 back. With that 1500, you will buy something else. So the trick is not in terms of identifying what to buy. Look at it this way. Investing, what is investing? Investing is about taking decisions under uncertain circumstances with incomplete information. What this means is that the best of investors, whether it is you, me, Warren Buffett, my chairman, or the best of portfolio managers, the best of guys, if they make 100 decisions, they are likely to be right 60 times and wrong 40 times. And the best of guys may be right 70 times and wrong 30 times. A dud might be right 40 times, wrong 60 times. But everybody will eventually take some good decisions and some bad decisions. The key to wealth creation is not in selling. The key to wealth creation, according to us, is in the sitting. So the whole point is that when people actually buy the right thing, they are likely to book profit. Like I said a couple of minutes back. Now, if you take 60 right decisions, what are you likely to do? On those 60 items, you will book a profit. And the 40 wrong ones, you are likely to hold on to them. The problem is not with booking profit on those 60 right things. The problem is that when you book profit, you will buy 60 new items. Now, when you again buy 60 things, what's your ratio? 60-40. When you again buy 60 new things, what is your success rate going to be? 36 right, 24 wrong. So now you take your tally. You have 36 things working for you and 24 plus 40, 64 things which are saddled with losses or not working for you. Now again, what are you likely to do? On these 36 things which are working for you, you are likely to book profits. If you book profits on those 36 items, what is going to happen next time around? You reinvest it, 24 right decisions, 12 wrong decisions. So not taking too much time, if you extrapolate this decision forward, in a matter of time, what will happen is that you will have fewer and fewer things working for you and more things which you are actually sitting on losses. This is how the number of stocks in a portfolio increases. This is how at any point in time, I meet the biggest of HNIs. I recently met somebody in Bombay who had 1000 stocks in the portfolio. I met somebody in Delhi who had 275 scripts in the portfolio. And for all these people, there is one rule which applies. That the top 5 or 10% of the items in the portfolio contribute 80% of the value, and then there is a long tail which contributes 15 or 20%. So the point is that the money is made not by selling, the money is made by sitting. I was just telling you a couple of minutes back that equity is always presented as an asset class to make a little bit more return. And that's why I tried to explain to you that if you buy right and sit tight, equity can be presented as an asset class for actually creating wealth, not just for making a little bit more return. Now coming to the last point, I have actually come to a thought process, or we have come to a thought process that equity is not for making high return or maybe just a couple of percent more return. And it's not even good enough to say that equity is meant for wealth creation, because we as Indians have now come to a situation where equity is going to be an asset class just to express our patriotism. This is the last part of my talk, and let me explain to you why I am saying this. As we speak now, every morning I see, on various TV channels and news shows and whatever messages I get on my phone, every day there are some statistics being published on FIIs buying or FIIs selling. And nowadays, yes, of course, even DII's numbers are being tracked. But whenever I go for some conference or wherever I tell people that, you should invest, recent past people have been telling me, yeah, but how can I invest? FIIs are selling. Now, I just want to clarify why I said that equity is becoming an asset class to demonstrate patriotism. In 1991 is when we experienced liberalization, and that's when FIIs were allowed to buy stock. If I'm not wrong, in 1991, our total market cap of the entire equity market in India was about 2 lakh crores. When the market cap was 2 lakh crores, FII's holding was 0. Today, we are in October 2013. I don't know accurate numbers, but at this point in time, our market cap is somewhere around 90 lakh crores. And the FII holding is over 25% of our market. So what are we saying? 25 years back, the market cap was only 2 lakh crores and FII holding was 0. Today, the market cap has gone up to 90 lakh crores and the FII holding is 25%. as a total market, 55% of our market is owned by promoters, 25% is owned by FIIs. So that's 80% out. Promoters holding obviously generally doesn't come into the market. That is their manifestation that they hold the company or they have management control of the company. So promoters holding is obviously not something which pays you and me. It's for the promoters, equity holding in the company. So promoter holding 55%, FII is 25%. 10% is with various kinds of institutions, including mutual funds. Basically, 2-3% is mutual funds. And the other 10% is what we call non-promoter, non-institution holding of equity shares. So if you add mutual funds as 3% of the corpus, of the market cap, and 10% as non-promoter, non-institution, then basically what I'm telling you is that we Indians, retail investors, you, me, and all the people, we hold 13% of India's market capitalization, only 13%. And if I ask you a question, that what portion of the revenues and profits of Indian companies do we actually contribute? It's, you account for say 20% as exports, so 80% is contributed by us. So as Indians, what do? We contribute to 80% of the profitability of companies listed in India or operating in India. And what do we retain with ourselves? We retain somewhere in the range of 12 to 13% of the profits. And this is why we are a darling of foreign investors. Because we are a set of people, you come here with manufacturing capability, you come here with some technology, you come and sell anything to us. We'll buy bigger and bigger cars, we'll buy bigger and bigger houses, we'll buy all your soaps and shampoos and biscuits and ice creams, we'll buy all your apparels, we will buy stuff on Flipkart and Amazon, and wherever you tell us to go, we will go and shop. We'll swipe the debit cards and the credit cards. We'll keep current account and saving account balances in banks. We save 30% of our GDP. Everything it takes, we do. We are the best consumption market on the globe. You can come here and sell anything to us. You can sell us a 2 crore car, you can sell us a 2 lakh car, and we'll buy it in lakhs. So we are the best consumption market. We buy up anything and everything that is sold to us. And on top of it, we are not even interested in retaining the profit. Isn't that great? I come here and sell you whatever you can buy, and you're not even interested in retaining the profits. So we have come to a situation where Indians basically do not hold anything, or they hardly hold anything of the Indian stock market, because 80% is with FIs and promoters, 10% is with institutions, and what Indians effectively hold of the Indian equity market is just about 10 to 12%. So we are very good at contributing to India's growth, but I'm sorry to say we are not at all good at participating in India's growth. Since the time Mr. Modi has won elections, we have said "Achhe din aayenge," "Achhe din aaye hain," and all these kinds of things. I think "Achhe din" will come only in terms of consumption. "Achhe din" are not going to come in terms of us holding equity in India's growth. So it's very good to be proud of India's growth, but it's also important to participate in the growth. And the only way to participate in the growth is not by enriching others. The only way to participate in the growth is to have some equity ourselves. 300 years back, East India Company came to India. And before East India Company came, I am told India was 25% of global GDP. And when the British left us, we were below 2% of the world's GDP. Yeah. So before the East India Company came, we were 25% of global GDP. And when the British left, we were under 2% of global GDP. That's because, they forcibly captured all our businesses. So what happened to us back then was unfair. It was unjust. But what is happening this time around, we are bringing it upon ourselves, because we are selling out. So why I mentioned about people tracking FII flows is because every morning we wake up and we track how much FIIs have sold or bought. Now, I don't understand where have they sold. On a 2 lakh crore market cap, they were zero. On a 90 lakh crore market cap, they control 25% of our market. We are watching for FIIs selling, but according to you, you tell me who is selling. It's we who are selling. And we hardly own anything in India's growth. And if we continue this way, we'll hold zero in India's growth. We'll have no stakes in India. So it's very important to own a part of India's growth. And through my presentation to you, I have explained to you how we manage money. But more importantly, I have explained to you that equity is not an asset class just for giving little bit more return. Equity is an asset class for creating wealth. Not only that, we have come to a situation where equity is an asset class for demonstrating patriotism. So I think these are just a few messages that I wanted to share with you. Be in equity, be with Motilal Oswal, buy right, sit tight. Thank you very much.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.